Okay, so now we're going to be creating this module, this component, the venue info, and then the highlights. They're going to be real simple. We just do transitions and animations with the same right here, the same React reveal we've been using. Not really hard to use. So like I told before, this the first project, it's real simple. It's just to warm up. The next ones, you know, the second and the third are not going to be that simple. They're going to be very long, and we're going to do a lot of things. All right, so let's start with this one. This component, I'm going to call it venue info. So I'm going to go to components, create a new folder called venue info. Now inside of here, index.js, and inside of index.js, this venue info is going to be a React stateless component. So React stateless component, and I'm going to change the name to venue info, something like that. All right. So if you notice on the original, on the final one, you have a calendar icon and a location icon, and they are inside the resources icons. You have location and calendar. Okay, so we need to kind of bring it. So import, let me do it right, import, and I'm going to call it icon and then calendar, something like that, from open and close // resources. We have it inside images. We have it inside icons, and then / and I believe it's calendar. There we go. All right. So then we do the same thing, but the other one, instead of calendar, it's going to be location. So icon location. And of course, same thing here. Going to delete it, / and location PNG. Right. Okay. So first we need to create this wrapper. So it's going to be this step. So class name, open and close. And I added a class called back black because the container of this one, it's kind of black. So whenever we add something right here, I don't know, whatever, and the component loads, we should be getting something. Of course, we need to include this inside the right here, the actual page. So let me go there. 1 second, let me components, index, app, I believe it was app, yeah. So import venue info from / components and then venue info, right. So I'm gonna make a reference to venue info, open and close, self-closing tag, and if the component reloads, we get the back with the ha. All right, so I'm gonna go back to venue info. Now we need we have kind of a centered container right here. So again, I'm going to create a div, and inside the div, a class name of center, and then wrapper. All right. Now inside of the center wrapper, I created a different wrapper. This is something, you know, so I would like to do sometimes, depending on what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just wrap everything inside of a new wrapper. Let's go. So we have 3 different wrappers. Now then inside of this VN wrapper, we have 2 different parts. We have the left box and the right box. And since this one uses flex, we just can make a reference to a div, and this one goes to the left and the other one goes to the right, just like this. But for now, we're just going to create the first one. So the first one has a class name of VN and then item. All right. Then the VN item has a div, and I'm going to close this. The inside of the VN item, I'm going to get a class name of VN outer. You're going to see why in a minute. And inside a different wrapper with VN, and in this case, it's going to be inner. Okay, so class name VN inner. All right, so outer and inner. Now, of course, this square is kind of in a position absolute, so it's kind of floating. So this is where this icon is going to go on a different place, of course. So okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. So inside of the VN inner, I'm going to say div, and I'm going to add a class name of, and it's going to be VN icon. So this is actually the icon we're going to use right here. And the icon, I give it a name of square. Now, VCK red is going to be for the background red, and then the other one for the background of yellow. But the first one is red, so we're going to make just a reference to the first one. Now, if I go back, okay, we have the box and we have the actual, box right here. Now, inside of here, I'm going to say div. I'm going to create a class name of VN icon. And inside of the VN icon, I'm going to be adding more classes. And what I'm going to be adding, it's the icon. So it's a div with a red square, and on top, floating on top of the main container, we have the actual icon. So what I'm doing here is just adding the icon directly from the component and not through CSS. So background, open and close, we use template strings, URL, and we make a reference to the calendar icon we've imported at the top, right? Okay. So this is it. If I reload it, we get, the red square and the calendar icon. Then, of course, if you go to the final, we have a date and we have a time. Okay, so after the VN icon, I'm gonna go and create a new div called div, and I'll be adding a class name of VN title. And this one will be the title, which is event, date, and time. So I'm gonna copy, I'm gonna paste it, and then we have the description. So I'm going to create a div with a class name of VN description. And we're going to copy this, which is $7. You can put whatever you want right here. It doesn't really matter. So if I reload the application, that's it. We get it. So I'm going to copy the VN item and I'm going to put it right here at the bottom. I'm going to just duplicate the contents. So since we are using on the container position flexed, it's gonna put it on the correct position, but the icon changes and the color of this and the text, of course, changes as well. So on the second one, instead of BCK red, it's gonna be BCK yellow, and the icon is gonna be location, and the data inside is gonna change. So the title is gonna be event location. You can put again whatever you want, and on the address you can put whatever you want. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. And again, this is just for practice. So if we reload the application, we get it. Okay, really simple to do. I'm not teaching you anything new right here. But the only thing is that the difference is that whenever the application loads and we load the component, we're gonna do that zoom transition. And this comes from React Reveal. So at the top, we don't have it, so we need to import it. And what we're gonna be using is the zoom option inside React Reveal. So I'm going to copy this from here and paste it right here at the top. So we are importing zoom from React Reveal /zoom. So how to use it? Okay. So first I'm going to go right here on the to the first item, and I'm going to say zoom. Zoom, open and close. Now I'm going to copy this, just chop it and put it right here. Okay. So the zoom, if you remember, all these options inside React Reveal, we have some configuration we can use. So in this case, I want to set a duration. So I'm going to say duration, and this is how long the animation is going to last. So whenever we load the component, we should be getting the duration. So let me save it and go again. So if we go, we have that zoom and it lasts 500 milliseconds. Now I want to do the same thing with the other one, but I want to, delay, give it a kind of a delay. I want to load this one first, zoom this one first, and then zoom this one after this one it's done. So I will do pretty much the same thing. I will wrap everything, the second item, inside of a zoom, open and close, and then I'm going to copy the contents, put it inside of the second zoom, and in this case we will give a duration again of 500, of course, 500, and this time, just like we did before, I'm just going to do a delay of 500. So when the application reloads, the application reloads, first we have the left, and then we have the second one, and that is it, man. Good. We have the second component. Told you it was going to be really, really simple. So the next one is going to be the highlights, and we do pretty much the same thing, but we have three different components: the top, the left, the right, and we have different transitions on these ones. So let's go to the next section and do the highlights.